Day Chicago continues. It's 8:24, a little cloudy out there, but don't worry, it's going to be a great day.
It already is a great day.
It is. It's a Victory Monday, right? I mean, how could it not be great, right?
The whole city of Chicago are winners this morning.
Yeah, talk about winners. Here's a tremendous story we're going to talk about. 30 homeless men here in the city will take a big step this week. They will begin running as a way to get back to self-sufficiency.
And they're going to have the support of an organization called Back on My Feet that transforms the lives of homeless people through running. Here with us is Ann Malum, the president and founder of Back on My Feet. Thank you for joining us this morning. So you're in some other cities already, Baltimore, Washington, Boston, Philly. Now you're coming to Chicago.
Yes.
What's the connection between homeless people and running? Because I think people might think, what is that all about?
Yeah, that happens a lot. But in essence, people are people, and we're all looking for a place to feel appreciated, respected, valued, and cared for. And that's what Back on My Feet does for a community that's lacking that. And all the life lessons that surround the sport about running, taking things one step at a time, learning how to get from 1 mile to 2 miles, all of those lessons translate into other, or can overflow into other areas of your life. And after people have been in our program for a certain number of months, we focus on job training, education, employment, and then housing.
And the genesis of this idea really is a pretty personal story that began with you running and your father.
Yeah,
right?
So my dad unfortunately has suffered from a lot of addiction in his life. Drugs and alcohol and then gambling when I was a teenager, and I didn't know how to help him. I could never save him, and so running was my salvation and my safe place to get me through that stuff. And 10 years later, when I was trying to figure out, who I am, what to do with my life, found myself continually running by this homeless shelter and these group of guys standing outside, and thought, running doesn't discriminate. Doesn't matter if you're white, black, rich, poor, homeless or not. It can give you the same feeling that it's given me. It gave me a sense of identity and sense of self. And I thought in some weird way that by helping these guys, I could maybe help my dad.
Incredible
so it's been
story.
Awesome.
Well, how one person can make a difference. I mean, you're truly, I'm sure, inspiring a lot of people in a lot of ways.
Thanks.
Talk about how the transition, because I think a lot of people think, well, homeless people, obviously, they need homes, they need jobs, and a lot of them do need mental health. They struggle with mental health issues, too, and substance abuse. How do you make the leap from running to helping them in those other areas?
Yeah, well, you have to, we focus on emotional well-being. And yes, people need shelter, and yes, they need food. And if you think of a Maslow hierarchy of needs, those things are really important. But right above that is this desire to be appreciated and valued and cared for. And if you don't have enough respect for yourself, or you don't like who you are, you don't feel like you can accomplish greater things, you're not going to. So this is our way of making sustainable change. People have to want more, know that they can do more and accomplish more. So we are big believers in collaboration. We work with all other nonprofits in the city that are also focusing on this issue, and I think if we all work together, we stand a better chance of solving it.
Back on My Feet is what it's called, and your inaugural run and breakfast is this Wednesday.
Yeah.
Ann, tell us about that.
Yeah, we're really excited. So we're starting with 3 shelters here in the Chicago area. So 30 members will have their first run. Universal Soul is outfitting all the guys with brand new shoes, which is great.
Great.
And so we'll run at 5:45 on Wednesday morning. People can still sign up to join us. And then we have a breakfast at the Marriott, which is title sponsored by Accenture. We've raised close to $200,000 in the Chicago area, so the community has been unbelievably supportive.
Well, congratulations, and thank you for what you're doing here in our community.
Yeah, thanks for welcoming us.
And continued success.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling us about Back on My Feet. Hopefully we'll get some stuff up on the website too, so people can learn a little bit more about it.
Thanks, Ann.
Thank you.
Great job.